Good evening, wherever you are. I'm going to recite a speech for you called Invisible Battles, Visible Futures. My name is Ngoni Diana Jones, and I'm a Zimbabwean British author, poet, and the founder of Cheers & Co., a healing-centered platform for women navigating invisible battles. Chieza means light in Shona, not the light you switch on, the light that finds you in the dark when you have nothing left to find within yourself. I stand here not only as an author, but as a witness to what women carry quietly, daily, often without applause. Africa is not only built by the women who make headlines, it is also built by the women who wake up in pain and still show up. By the women who lead families before they lead companies, by the women who rebuild themselves while the world keeps moving. I know this not only as a writer, but as a woman who once had a mortgage, a finance career, poetry written at dawn, and then watched her body collapse without warning. A multi-system illness for years without a diagnosis, a career lost, savings gone, a home nearly taken, and in the middle of all of it, no roadmap, no formula, just faith. The stubborn, irrational, beautiful decision to believe that this was not the end of my sentence, that God was not finished with his story. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a hope and a future. I held on to that when I could not hold on to anything else. Many of us who are here are fluent in survival. We have crossed borders, geographical, emotional, generational. We have buried dreams and planted new ones in the same soil. We have learned to negotiate with loss, to sit with uncertainty, to keep loving anyway. And yet we are told that strength must look loud and polished and breakable. But I have learned something different. Softness is not weakness. Rest is not failure. Healing is not a detail from leadership. It is the foundation of it. And sometimes that foundation is not strategy. It is not resilience. It is not even courage. Sometimes the only foundation left is simply this. She held on because she was held. I come from a lineage of women who made something out of very little. Women who turned kitchens into sanctuaries, grief into prayer, and survival into a quiet kind of brilliance. My grandmother, the woman who I crossed an ocean to reach, she did not lead from a stage, she led from her knees. She prayed over me before exams, she sang hymns in the kitchen at daybreak. Her leadership was never appeared on a conference program, but it shaped me, and through me it stands here tonight, this afternoon, this morning. And as a writer, I believe that stories are infrastructure. They shape what societies believe is possible. If we do not tell the truth about women's lives, all of it, not just the triumphant parts, we build futures that are incomplete maps. And Africa does not need incomplete maps. It needs the voices of women who have known darkness and still chose to become light. Women who measure success not only in profit, but in peace. Women who understand that legacy is not just what we build, but what we heal. So tonight, this afternoon, and this morning, I honor this, not only the visible victories in this room, but the invisible ones. So today, I honor this, not only the visible victories that are here, but the invisible ones. The panic attacks no one saw, the diagnosis whispered behind closed doors, the sacrifices hidden inside polished biographies, the 3 a.m. prayers nobody witnessed, the courage it takes simply to continue. Africa's future will not only be designed in boardrooms, it will be shaped in hospital rooms, classrooms, homes, and small businesses. Wherever a woman decides that survival is not the end of her story, my work at Cheers & Co. exists for the women in the middle, not the breakthrough, not yet the breakthrough, the sacred necessary middle where most of women's real leadership is actually forged. Because true leadership is not just about the never breaking, it is about what you build from the pieces. And if you have ever been in a situation where you needed to rebuild yourself, this is for you. We are not the women history expected, not quiet enough to disappear, not hard enough to stop feeling, not broken enough to stop becoming. We're the daughters of interrupted stories, of borders crossed with suitcases full of memory, of grandmothers who buried pain in gardens and called it survival, who bent their knees in the dark and called it power. We learned early how to fold grief into usefulness, how to season fear until it tasted like courage, how to keep walking even when the road kept moving. It moved further away. Some of us arrived here through boardrooms, some through back doors, some through hospital corridors lit by machines that beep like borrowed time. Some of us arrived here through prayer rooms, through the kind of holy desperation that has no elegant name, but every woman in this room knows the feeling of we arrived. We arrived, carrying reports and children, degrees and diagnoses, lipsticks and lineages, scripture and scars, dreams stitched together with whatever thread that did not break. They call us strong as if strength were a compliment instead of a confession of how we have endured. But strength is not our only language. We are fluent in tenderness, in rebuilding, and the sacred mathematics of making something from almost nothing. Give us silence, we will rebirth songs. Give us ashes, we will plant forests. Give us endings, we will smuggle beginnings inside them. Because we serve a God who is fluent in resurrection, who has never once looked at a woman in pieces and called her finished. We are not the daughters of small dreams. We are the women who learned to make light from whatever survived in the fire. And when we heal, it does not stop at the skin. It spills into homes, into policies, into classrooms, into the quiet architecture of tomorrow. One well woman is never just one woman. She is a doorway, a bridge, a generation breaking in the tent of now. So if you are tired, stay. If you're doubting, stay. If you're on your knees, especially, stay. Because God is not done with what he started in you, and Africa is not waiting for perfect women. She is rising on the backs of the ones who showed up anyway. This is not just a room for success. This is a constellation of survivors learning how to shine without burning out. We are not finished. We are not accidental. We are not alone. We are the light we were told to wait for, and we were made deliberately to carry it. We are the light. We are the light, the chiaza we were told to wait for, and we were made deliberately to carry it. So this morning, afternoon or evening, do remember, when a woman heals, she does not heal alone. She changes families, communities, economies, generations. So may we leave here not only more connected, but more compassionate, not only more ambitious, but more whole, not only more visible, but more truthful, because the future of Africa does not need more powerful women. It needs bold women, courageous women, women who are no longer afraid to bring their full humanity, their full faith into leadership. May our victories never cost us our wholeness. And I repeat that. May our victories never cost us our wholeness. And with that, I thank you.